Grave danger, warnings as Supreme Court, this is the headline over in Common Dreams, warning as Supreme Court looks ready to hand Trump even more unchecked power. Here's the deal. Congress has created a number of autonomous or semi-autonomous agencies. The Fed is probably the most famous, the Federal Reserve. There's also the Consumer Product Safety, or whatever it's called, the CPSB, or the one that looks over banks and protects you. There's a bunch of them. And back in 1935, in a decision called Humphrey's Executor, the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that these agencies were designed by Congress to be independent of political influence, and therefore the president could, appoint people to their boards or as their chairpersons, for the period, like the 10 years or whatever. Typically, they were 10-year periods so that they would cross multiple administrations. Could appoint them, but couldn't fire them. And yesterday, what's going on here is that this is Trump v. Slaughter, and Rebecca Slaughter was a member of the Federal Trade Commission. And she was trying to enforce our antitrust laws, and so Trump fired her. And so Justice Sonia Sotomayor said to John Sauer, Trump's former criminal defense lawyer and now the Solicitor General, said, "You're asking us to destroy the structure of government." Elena Kagan said, "Once you go down this road, it's a little hard to see how you stop." But it sure appears from the way that John Roberts is speaking, all of the conservatives are speaking, that they're going to say, okay, yeah, the president can just fire anybody he wants. They're all technically under the executive branch, and so, under this unitary executive idea that, the president can just fire anybody he wants. No problem. Now, there is some speculation that the Supreme Court will try to carve out an exception for the Fed, because they realize that, politicizing the Fed could destroy the entire American economy, whereas politicizing the Federal Trade Commission just allows giant mergers where billionaires get richer and giant corporations get more powerful, which is fine with the conservatives on the court. In fact, it's exactly the sort of thing that they want. So we've got a court now that is just completely remaking the power of the presidency. They're turning Donald Trump from a president into a king. They've already given him immunity from, crimes in office. They literally said he could assassinate a political opponent and he would be immune from prosecution when they granted him that immunity. I mean, that was, Sotomayor brought that up, and yep, that's fine. And now this. These people are just totally out of control. They want to make America an oligarchy.
Listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.
They want to make America a permanent oligarchy, in fact. Fox News is freaking out about Mamdani. I'll tell you about that right after the break, and I'll pick up your calls. Stay with us.